Did you know that the human heart generates energy that is 40 to 60 times more powerful than that of our brains? And while the heart and the brain are in constant communication, it is our heart that's doing most of the talking. And when there's resonance between the two, the magic happens. Hello again. My name is Karen, here to help you bring a little more joy into your life. And today I want to talk to you about the power of the heart. There is a pure, divine, loving, and intelligent energy that flows to and through every cell of our bodies and connects us all. Some will call this energy soul, spirit, or God. Some will call it life force energy, source energy, or your higher self. The world of science calls it the electromagnetic energy field. Yes, science can now see and measure this seemingly invisible form of energy that the indigenous have known about for thousands of years, but we just didn't have the tools to measure it. And now science and spirituality are once again coming together as we develop new technology that can precisely measure and thus prove that this energy field truly exists. Interestingly, science also understands that when we can sustain higher, heart-based, elevated emotions, and I want to interject here that you need to sustain the emotion. We don't want anything to instantaneously pop into our experience. We're thankful for that buffer of time. But when we can sustain a higher, heart-based, elevated emotion, such as love, joy, appreciation, compassion, acceptance, forgiveness, possibility, unity, empowerment, and such, we are connected to this all-powerful energy field. For it is these high-frequency, heart-based emotions that not only affect every cell in our body in a positive way, but they vibrate and generate an energy wave that transcends all space and time as it sends a signal out into the universe, just like that of a radio dial or your cell phone. It will send a signal out and match up with a like-minded frequency. Know that each of our thoughts has a frequency of its own. And if we hold a thought for as little as 17 seconds, that momentum will begin to build and we will attract like-minded thoughts. And as the momentum continues to build, we will start to attract people, places, and events into our lives that bring us the joy, the wellness, the healing, the relationships, love, and abundance that we all desire. And that, my friends, is law of attraction. The thought sends the signal out, and the feeling draws it back. That which is likened to itself is drawn. Conversely, when we dip into lower vibrational states and we're not feeling so good, we're blocking the signal. And the degree to which we dip is the degree to which the signal is blocked. So if we're feeling frustration, we're not blocking that signal as much as we would as if we were feeling anger. Think of this divine energy flow like that of a water current, which is naturally aligned to flowing smoothly and effortlessly. And think of any negative thought like that of a boulder. And if we should place a large boulder on the path of that flow, it will begin to block and resist the stream, and it won't flow as smooth. And if we should continue to add more boulders to that path, we could block and resist the flow to a point where it barely trickles. And that's what fear and anger and disempowerment are indicating to you, that you are blocking the signal and not allowing the wellness that would naturally flow if you weren't doing that thing to block it. I don't want you to think of any lower vibrational thought or emotion as a bad thing. They're merely indicators that we are blocking the flow. And the idea is to catch it early on. Notice these emotions early on before they snowball out of control. If you hold a thought for as little as 17 seconds, that momentum will build, whether it's a positive thought or a negative thought. For when we don't catch the momentum early on of our negative thoughts and emotions, it will build. And what we do is we start to send a message to our central nervous system. The heart feels it first, sends a signal to the brain which activates the fight or flight response, which is great when we're in need of protection, as it is our fight or flight response that is a primitive mechanism in all humans and animals. And it's there for one reason and one reason only: for our protection, for our safety. So if we're being chased by the saber-toothed tiger, we're thankful that our respiration picks up, sending more oxygen to our blood. And that blood is pushed to our extremities, so we have more energy to flee from the danger. We're thankful that our digestion cuts off, so we have more energy to go to other areas of our body that need it to escape this danger. Our body is very intelligent and will do what it needs to do to save us. And our minds become so narrowly focused on the cause to predict the worst possible case scenario, which again is great when we're in need of protection. But the problem lies in that we can turn on the fight or flight response by thought alone. So just the thought of being stuck in traffic, just the thought of a coworker or mother-in-law that knows how to push your buttons, just the thought of an illness or a problem that you're having in your life, continuing the momentum of those thoughts will activate the fight or flight response. And no organism in nature is meant to sustain that high, that elevated, disharmonious state of being for an extended period of time. And the body will begin to break down. That is what disease is: dis-ease. We're losing the ease of the flow of the wellness that would be there if we weren't blocking it. And I should say here that it's also called fight, flight, or freeze response, because interestingly, what will happen with those that are powerful focuses is, as we become so narrowly focused on that cause, predicting our worst case scenario, the mind begins to become like there's a storm of neural circuitry in the brain, and the brain cannot send the message to the body to escape the danger, and the body will literally freeze. Just like a computer processor, when there's too much information coming in, it will freeze. So as we think, we begin to feel, and that feeling attracts more evidence of how we're feeling back into our experience. So it becomes a continuous loop of thinking and feeling and attracting, which is great when you're feeling good, but when you're not, you need to embrace what you're feeling in the moment, knowing it's just an indicator of where you currently stand. Try and catch the momentum early on before it builds, remember, but embrace it, and then reach for a higher, elevated, heart-based emotion that will bring back the wellness and feeling safe. For it is our heart that can help us to connect and coherently resonate with our highest potential, as it is our electromagnetic powerhouse. For over 30 years now, the HeartMath Institute has been researching emotional physiology and our ability to self-regulate. And they have discovered that the human heart produces an electromagnetic energy field that changes according to our emotions. And higher emotions, higher sustained emotions, will begin to boost our immune system, create a sense of order and coherence to every system within our bodies, and open up the higher perceptual centers of our brain, giving us the ability to think better. How great is that? And what they have also discovered is that this field does not end at our bodies. It does not end at our skin. This field can now be measured 360 degrees around our bodies, up to 3 feet out. And science believes it extends a lot further. We just don't have the technology right now to prove it, but I believe that will come very soon. And when we sustain these higher heart-based elevated emotions, we are connected to this energy field outside of our bodies. And we are connected to a type of intuition, intelligence, if you will, that is not bound by the limits of space and time. And we will have positive influences upon other people, animals, and our environment. So needless to say, it is our heart that will connect us to our true power within. It is our heart that has the ability to dissolve all interference, all blockages as a result of these negative thoughts and emotions. When we tap into our heart space, we will coherently resonate with these higher vibrational thoughts and emotions, and the magic happens. We will resolve all grievances from a place of love and compassion. We will not need acceptance or approval from others because we know we are worthy just as we are. We will accept and embrace each other's differences, for we are each individual expressions of this oneness. And we will know that life is supposed to be fun and everything is always working out for us, for we are eternal beings and we never get it done. As we connect to our heart space, we open up to higher vibrations, allowing wellness, creativity, abundance, and healing. So as we slow down the projective mind, we open up to that intuitive inner voice. It is that simple. So become a deliberate creator and care about how you feel in each and every moment of your day. Ciao for now.